Good morning. My name is Megan Edwards, Focus Communications, and today we're getting an update from Prosper Gold, which trades on the Toronto Venture Stock Exchange under the symbol PGX. And joining me is Prosper Gold's VP Exploration, Rory Ritchie. Rory, how are you doing today?
Good, Megan. Yourself?
Very good. Now, could you provide us with an introduction to Prosper Gold and your Golden Sidewalk Project in Ontario?
Yeah, you bet. As you mentioned, we're listed on the TSX Venture under ticker symbol PGX. We're a Vancouver-based mineral exploration company exploring for gold in Northwest Ontario. I will be making some forward-looking statements, just so everybody knows here. Quick overview of the company. The team is led by Peter Bernier. His most notable success was the sale of Richfield Ventures about 11 years ago for $500 million. So he's done this before. Tight share structure, just under 24 million shares, and a good project in a good location that right now is pretty hot and has been for a while. Most notably, Great Bear Resources, their big discovery, the Dixie project, that's about 65 kilometers to our southwest. And then now they're of course owned by Kinross. And the property itself is about 60 kilometers east of Red Lake proper. Red Lake's a fantastic mining jurisdiction. I spent a few years there, and a great place to work, and there's a lot of high-grade gold there. Just a quick overview of the project, looking at the northern 2/3 of the project. Three main target areas. Right now, Prosper's focus is the Skinner target area. I'll get into the details thereof a little later, but we have some recent results out of that target. Golden Corridor was our big exploration push in 2021, and there's still some upside there. And historically, the Bathurst target area in the northwest corner up here, that was really the focus of most of the historical exploration. As mentioned, the Skinner target area, that was Prosper's push, at least for the latter part of 2022, and it's still ongoing. It's a large target area. It hasn't seen much exploration, just based on the fact that it's largely covered. There's not a lot of bedrock sticking out, but there's a coherent exploration concept there, which is really a series of these east-west trending axial planar faults that are conducive to dilation and extensional kinematics and all the things that you kind of need to precursors for a potential gold deposit. And as mentioned, big area. We're just getting started there. We've started to uncover some stuff this year, but still lots of work to do. Generally, the area. So really, there's the Skinner target area itself, which is really the whole kind of 2 by 3 kilometer area. Again, these east-west trending faults. That's the focus there. That's the exploration concept. And then what I'm going to be speaking to specifically is the Skinner North prospect, which is where our recent results come out of. So that's an area here. We did some stripping, channel sampling, and I'll get into the results there. And that's within a greater kind of 2.5, 3 kilometer till anomaly that is kind of trending in here. So again, I'll get into the details thereof. But lots of work to do here, lots of historical pits and trenches, and we really kind of exposed one historical showing, and so far it's looking pretty good.
Okay, and yesterday you announced channel samples taken from your latest target, Skinner North. Now, for our listeners, could you run us through this release a little bit and provide an overview of work to date at this new target for the company?
Yeah, I sure can. So the Skinner North prospect, here it is in the grand scheme of things. So this is kind of the northwestern portion of the project. And it was a historical showing, really. There was about maybe 2 square meters of rock exposed to some chip sampling done about 10 years ago. They came up with some good numbers, and we kind of just really did some confirmation sampling on that showing last year. And there's another showing about 500 meters to the south. There's a little bit of gold there. And then really this year we opened it up, and we did, you call it stripping in Ontario, where you're really removing that overburden, and you're washing, exposing the bedrock, and then you channel sample it with a rock saw, and these are almost similar to kind of horizontal drill holes. They're obviously not horizontal drill holes, but they're straight lines, 5 by 5 centimeter wide in dimension samples, and as long as you can go along a continuous stretch. And we got some good numbers: 9.7 grams, 9.69 grams per ton gold over 3 meters, 13.1 grams per ton gold over 1.8 meters. And this is on some of the higher grade, the larger veins within this overall shear zone. But really what's encouraging is the presence of low to moderate grades surrounding some of these higher grade hits. And we exposed about 40 meters of trend, and it's about, the shear zone maybe 8 to 12 meters wide, depending on where you are. And it's open to the west and east. It kind of dives undercover. We expose as much of it as we can. But generally speaking, lots of alteration, good structure, it's the right orientation, and pretty persistent gold mineralization with localized high grades. So certainly off to a good start of this target. And I will mention, of course, this prospect has never been drilled before.
Right. Yeah, this is the first time you've reported channel samples on this project. Can you discuss channel sampling and its significance in this campaign?
Yeah, sure. So channel sampling, as mentioned, you strip the bedrock and you're cutting straight lines with a rock saw. So you're not kind of chip sampling. There's no bias in the sampling method. Again, it's kind of analogous to like a horizontal drill hole. It's not a horizontal drill hole, but in the sense that it's a straight line and it's a certain dimension, and it's it's a representative sample. So we've never done it on the project on anything new. We had kind of replicated some channel samples. I think we did that in 2020 on some of the historical stuff, because there had been some channel sampling up in the northern portion of the project, up around the Bathurst mine. So this is the first time we've done it on kind of a new prospect, and we've done any stripping on the project. And not only is the sampling give you obviously a good handle on the gold tenor, but you can see the alteration, you can see the structure, you can see the orientation of veins and shear zones, and for that reason, it's the perfect thing as a precursor for a diamond drill program.
Mm-hmm. And from the company point of view, can you share what excites you about this prospect, as it looks like the target is ready for the next phase of exploration?
Yeah, so you kind of hit the nail on the head. We've done the necessary prerequisite work. It's kind of the systematic exploration, if you will. We started with till sampling, and then we did geophysics, rock chip sampling, and now the trenching and the channel sampling. So this thing is all teed up to go and drill. What gets me excited is, I think I touched on the fact that there's not just one little vein with a bit of gold. There's a lot of anomalous to moderate grade gold in the wall rock, in the sheared wall rock there. And of course, there's exploration upside. That's what gets me excited is where we're seeing it. It's kind of in the geophysical data set we have, which is magnetics. It's represented as a magnetic low, and along these kind of east-west to west-northwest trending lineaments. And we see that showing I mentioned about 500 meters to the south. Again, it's represented as a mag low, and we're seeing a bunch of these other things, a bunch of these other magnetic lows that have similar kind of geophysical and structural characteristics. So there's all of a sudden a lot of targets to follow up on, and of course, we'll start at the Skinner North with diamond drilling because it's ready, it's been de-risked, it's ready to see some drilling.
All right. And before I wrap things up, is there anything else you want to say about the project?
Generally, this is the immediate focus. As mentioned, the Golden Corridor is a work in progress, but the Skinner North right now, this is low-hanging fruit, very easy to explore, cost-effective, with a lot of upside, and again, underexplored, never seen drilling. So that's exciting, but there's more. There's a lot more going on in this project. It's 165 square kilometers in a great area. So we still have lots of work to do, relatively early days, but this is a great target that's drill ready, and we're excited to go out there and drill it. The company itself, as far as investment highlights, Peter Bernier, the president, he owns about 10%, tight share structure. So really our market cap is still quite low, and we've got some good institutional investors along for the ride as well. So that's always a positive. And as mentioned, maiden drilling at this target. You don't see a lot of that in Ontario. Everything's been drilled, generally speaking, or at least in these kind of well endowed belts like Red Lake. And so this is exciting, and hopefully everyone follows on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time today, Rory. And we look forward to having you back online for more updates from the Golden Sidewalk Project soon.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks, Megan. Appreciate it.